I need to start this video with something important. We are going to talk about fear because fear spreads faster than any virus. And in the last few years, few topics have generated more fear, confusion, and heated debate than vaccines. You have probably heard the stories. I was fine before the shot. After that, something changed. My heart hasn't felt the same. I'm always tired. My brain feels foggy. These experiences feel real to the people living them. But today, instead of amplifying panic, we're going to do something more powerful. We're going to separate signal from noise, biology from speculation, evidence from assumption. Because when it comes to your health, you deserve clarity, not chaos. Let's start with the heart. During the global vaccination campaigns, reports of myocarditis inflammation of the heart muscle did increase, particularly in younger males after mRNA vaccines. That part is not conspiracy, is documented and studied. But context matters. The vast majority of post-vaccine myocarditis cases were mild. Most patients recovered fully with rest and short-term treatment. Long-term heart failure from vaccine-related myocarditis is considered rare based on current large-scale follow-up data. Now compare that to COVID infection itself. The virus has been shown to cause myocarditis at significantly higher rates than vaccines, along with clotting disorders, lung scarring, and long-term cardiovascular damage. In risk assessment, medicine always asks one question. Compared to what? Next, the lungs. Some people report lingering shortness of breath or chest tightness after vaccination. However, large epidemiological studies have not demonstrated a widespread pattern of vaccine-induced chronic lung disease. COVID infection, on the other hand, has been directly associated with microvascular damage in the lungs, long COVID respiratory symptoms, and measurable changes on imaging. Again, comparison matters. Now let's talk about autoimmune disease. The immune system is complex. It is designed to recognize threats and build memory. Vaccines stimulate that memory. In rare instances, immune activation can coincide with the onset of autoimmune conditions such as thyroiditis or certain inflammatory disorders. But coincidence does not automatically equal causation. When billions of doses are administered, some people will develop medical conditions shortly afterward purely by statistical probability. This is called background incidence. Large safety monitoring systems exist specifically to detect whether rates exceed expected baselines. For the overwhelming majority of autoimmune diseases, population-level data has not shown a dramatic surge directly attributable to vaccination. That doesn't mean individual suffering isn't real. It means the mechanism is more complicated than a single cause. Now let's address one of the most talked about symptoms, brain fog. Fatigue, cognitive slowing, headaches, these are widely reported after both COVID infection and vaccination. But long COVID has demonstrated persistent neuroinflammation and cognitive impairment at much higher documented rates. Stress, sleep disruption, social isolation, economic pressure, these also affect cognition. The human brain under chronic stress can feel foggy, exhausted, and inflamed without structural injury. The brain is not only biological, it is also psychological. And the last few years have strained both systems. What about blood clots? Yes, certain vaccine platforms were associated with rare clotting syndromes. These were identified quickly, investigated globally, and in some countries their use was limited or discontinued. That is not a system hiding danger, that is pharmacovigilance working in real time. When a true safety signal appears, it is studied, published, debated, and adjusted. That's how medicine evolves. Now here is the part that often gets lost. When billions of people undergo any medical intervention, you will see thousands of adverse events. The key question is not whether events exist. The question is whether they occur at a rate higher than would naturally happen in that population anyway. If 1 million people are vaccinated today, statistically some of them would experience heart attacks, strokes, autoimmune diagnoses, or neurological symptoms in following weeks, even if they had received nothing at all. Temporal association is powerful, but it is not proof of causation. So why do the stories feel so convincing? Because humans are pattern-seeking creatures. Because personal experience outweighs statistics emotionally. Because when something changes in our body, we search for a turning point. And vaccines became a visible turning point in time. But biology rarely operates in a single straight line. Genetics matter. Pre-existing conditions matter. Lifestyle matters. Infections matter. Age matters. Stress matters. Medicine is multivariable, not binary. This does not mean dismissing people. It means investigating responsibly. If someone experiences persistent symptoms after vaccination, they deserve evaluation, not ridicule. They deserve testing, differential diagnosis, and evidence-based management. But they also deserve information grounded in large-scale data, not amplified worst-case scenarios. There is another uncomfortable truth. Misinformation travels faster than peer-reviewed science. Fear monetizes better than nuance, and algorithms reward outrage. So we must slow down, ask better questions, look at large data sets, read long-term follow-ups, distinguish rare from common, differentiate correlation from causation. Vaccines, like all medical interventions, carry risk. No credible scientist claims zero risk. The real metric is risk versus benefit. And when measured against severe COVID infection, particularly in vulnerable populations, the protective benefits have consistently outweighed the rare adverse events in major international studies. Medicine is not perfect. Science updates. Recommendations evolve. Transparency matters. But broad claims of irreversible biological collapse in billions of people are not supported by current global data. The human body is remarkably resilient. The immune system is adaptable. And long-term population monitoring continues. If you're experiencing symptoms, take them seriously. Seek medical evaluation. Run appropriate labs. Explore all possible causes, not just the most viral explanation. Health decisions should be made with qualified professionals, not comment sections. Here's what I want you to leave with. Question everything, including alarmist narratives. Demand data, not just anecdotes. Protect your health, but protect your reasoning too. Science advances through scrutiny, not panic. Through replication, not repetition. Through evidence, not echo chambers. If this conversation helped bring clarity instead of fear, share it with someone who needs a grounded perspective. And remember, informed is powerful. Calm is powerful. Critical thinking is powerful. Stay curious. Stay rational. Stay healthy. I'll see you in the next video.